Welcome back to turn 7 of scenario 37, delaying action at Ornage with Panzer, specifically the fourth module of Panzer, the French module. I mean, we're on turn 7 of the game. We are playing this solo as the Germans attacking the French units here in Belgium. And we have two companies of one of a armored Panzer unit, and then one of a Panzer Grenadier unit that's supporting it within here. And just to give you a little tour of where we are with this, these people haven't been following as much with this. Just zoom in here. Our two companies have kind of merged together into one in terms of the attack. I'm keeping them together for the attack just so they don't get shot up individually, and we can put our firepower onto units as we see them come up with them. But we basically got two companies. One, the Panzer, which primarily are Panzer IVs and Panzer IIs, 2Cs, attacking the French units, and then a Panzer Grenadier company, primarily of rifled infantry units, plus there's some mortar units back here, and some other specialized units, HNGs, and anti-tank rifles. We did have a forward observer. Unfortunately, they were killed earlier. I think it was the last turn even, that they were knocked out. And we're facing off against a French cavalry regiment that has a mixed bag of H-35s, kind of lighter tanks, these of here, plus S-35s as well, the heavier medium tanks that are used there. We've spotted a couple down here. We've knocked out one S-35 up here already, and we knocked out another H-35 down here. But the real danger is these anti-tank guns, like this CA-47. They can actually knock our tanks out pretty easily. They can go through the Panzer IVs and the 2Cs pretty easily. So those ones we've been concentrating on, and you can see this one right here in the light wood. Just below our units, it's actually suppressed, which is really helping us quite a bit. And I just keep pounding them because I just don't want them to get a clean shot on us as we go along. But other things have been happening, like we've had this pop-up H-35 over here, which put us in a crossfire. Luckily, we didn't suffer any damage from it. And then, of course, we had the S-35s pop up and another CA-47 pop up down here. But we've been lucky to minimize this. If I zoom out here a little bit to show you the bigger picture here, you can see we've minimized that because between the use of smoke and the hedgerow here, we've been able to kind of keep these units out of action. Now, they may start moving, but some of them are hull down and some of them are staying put, which most likely they will, because it's very low that they'll move given the defensive situation of the French. So if we can keep them there, I will be quite happy, because then we'll probably just face H-35s and possibly some more CA-47s in these hexes over in here. And just for those who haven't been following, these red areas are potential enemy unit areas. Any one of these could pop up with a unit as we move closer, and they either take a shot at us or we discover who they are. They potentially could get units either in the hex or surrounding hexes of where they are. So they're kind of an area where enemy units can be. So with that little introduction, let's move forward here, and I'm going to zoom in just a little bit, focus in over here, and kind of walk you through the play of turn 7. So again, we're concentrating on getting up the road. My line of attack here is going to be the road. That should give us some good speed if we can get some cleared out of enemy units. Then we should be able to get in there. But I've got to watch out for other enemy units along the side of the road because they will take pot shots at us and could cause quite a bit of damage. Our main goal is to get off the board over here to the west side and be able to get off. That'll get us points and actually take away points for the French, because right now the French are actually leading us, or in the lead, I should say, right now in terms of where we are. But hopefully we can knock some more out, get some off the board, and then take the scenario. So with that, let me kind of walk you through what we're doing here. So first off is going to be the German active initiative. We got a plus 20. We roll 11. That only makes 31. And the French win the initiative because they always have an initiative of 50. So the French are actually going to fire first. So this is going to be pretty dangerous at this point because we've got some units here that can potentially shoot at us before we can actually get them. Now, I will say this, the CA-47, because it's suppressed, they will automatically take a no command so that they can potentially recover and recover in the next turn and shoot at us. So that will actually help us a little bit as well. So let's see what they do. So next we move on, and CA-47, as I said, takes a no command. And then we're going to do a command check for H-35-108, which is this guy up here. They roll a 33, which actually gets them a fire command. And then we're looking at a target, and it's going to be closest weakest unit. So that's going to be this this 202 unit right here, this rifle unit up here, because these rifle units have moved up and going to try to close assault this tank. We've been trying to take some shots at it, and we still are going to try to take shots at it, but we're going to try to close assault them because these guys need to get this tank out of here and keep moving as much as possible. So if we don't get them with the shots, we're going to take them out with a close assault, hopefully. So first off, the H-35 is going to fire at this rifle unit right next door. So this is going to be a little bit tricky for us. They're going to be able to suppress us on a 50 to 75 and get an effective shot of 76 or greater. Let's see what they get. So they roll 11. We got lucky there. So they missed completely. Luckily we're in the woods, so that probably helped us out quite a bit there. So moving on here, that was a miss. And now I'm checking down here for this S-35 to see if he's got some shots on our trailing units up here, which are a couple of Panzer 4Ds and a whole bunch of trucks, which that could be bad for us as well. So he's got a range of 9, so he's within range. So I think now he's going to somewhere get a command check. Here we go. He's going to check for his command. Rolls a 96, which is actually fortunate for us because that's going to be a no command, which means he's not going to fire at us. He's occupied by something else going on that he's not going to take a shot up here for it. Maybe it's too long for him, 900 meters. It's within range, and it is within shooting range, but we got the smoke in here as well, and maybe other activity down here to the east that's occupying his time, but we'll take it. So we'll move on to the next one, which is going to be the doing some checks for ranges up here, and we're going to see that the CA-47 is now going to check for its command, and it's going to have a 69, which means it's going to get a fire command. Sorry, there it is. And I think he's going to be taking his shot at 89. It's going to be the weakest, closest unit. So in that case, it's going to be the Rifle 203, the same unit right here. So So let me just bring you out a little bit so you can see that. So there's the rifle unit right there, and whoop. And there we go. There we go. All right. I need to zoom out once more. So, all right, there we go. Now you can see it. So he's going to take a shot going from. Oops. Back that up here. Up. Oh, come on. Let's put him back there. Yeah, he's going to take the shot from here up into there, just like that. So he's going to need a 46 to 71 to be effective to suppress, and then a 72 or greater for an effective hit. So let's see what he gets. Rolls an 11. That's going to be a miss as well. Okay, so he misses. And then we're going to check the S-35 command check. He rolls an 18. He's going to also get a fire. Target's 16, which is going to be, again, the closest unit and most dangerous, which, again, is going to be this one. And that's going to be pretty much kind of the same shot as the CA-47, range of 7. Winds up getting the same chances, the suppression 46 to 71. And then the effective greater than 72 or greater. So he rolls a 99. That's actually a hit. So that means that's an effective hit, and now that squad is reduced to a half squad. So he's flipped over. He's also suppressed, and he also has the move on there. So they actually hit him and knock out half the squad. That's not good for us. All right, so with that, we come back over here and look towards our German fire. Zoom in here a little bit. And now we're looking at, first off, 303, that's this squad right here. It's going to take a shot at the anti-tank gun over here. Even though they're suppressed, I really want to get them killed and knocked off. So they're going to need a 40 through 70 to suppress them again, greater than 71, equal to 71, and they will knock them out. And they were all 1, and they missed. I don't know what they were shooting at, but not that anti-tank gun. Next one is going to be the command Panzer 4D. This is part of the command section. It's this guy right over in here. He's going to take a shot at the H-35 up there. So he's going to have a range of 4, and it's a 40% chance to hit. Rolls a 72. That's going to be a miss. So they missed. So I'm glad these guys are going to be close assaulting because he just missed shooting at them. So moving on from there, the Panzer 3F with the command section over here. It's going to take a shot at the CA-47. This is kind of just a pot shot because he really doesn't have great HE capability. So he's going to need a 56 to 82 to suppress him, and then 83 or greater to knock him out. Rolls an 11. That's a miss. Okay. So now the Panzer 4D 302. That is this guy, the second guy in this stack right there. It's going to take a shot at the CA-47. Now you may say, why didn't he shoot at them? Because his turret is not turned that way. The only turret that was turned that way was the C-001, the command Panzer 4D. Everybody else was pointing this way because I want to take out this anti-tank gun. This is my worst enemy at the moment. Even though he's on my flank, these guys are still the worst. So he's going to take a shot at him. Needs a 67 to 94 to suppress and greater than 95 to knock him out. So he hits him with a 72. He gets a suppressed. So they go back to suppression on. And now we'll get 303, which is also here. Where are they? Sorry. Oh, it's not 303. Is it 301 that I was shooting? Sorry, it was 301. My mistake on that. Oh, no, wait, that's 203. Sorry, just 303. He's up here. Okay. He's the one with the hull damage up here in the scrub. He's actually going to fire smoke at 27 M5. He's going to put smoke in right here on that KO'd tank hex. So let's see if he makes it. Rolls a 6, he does. So that's success. So we're going to get smoke in here. There we go. And now we get 301. I think was going to fire smoke in 27 N7, and he actually misses. He fails. So that's all the firing. So now we have the German movement, and we're going to go right into the German close assault. Now with this, the 201 and 202 rifle units up here are going to both try to close assault up here, but they need to take morale checks here first to see if they can do it. So the first one, 201, is going to get a morale check. It's going to be a plus 30 DRM. He needs greater than a 70, I believe. Yeah, 70. So he rolls a 46, rolls a 76, so he's good. So he can actually go in and close assault. And now we'll get 202. Again, checking for the morale check for tank fright. Plus 30, 38. Plus 30 is only 68, so they fail. So they actually get a suppression off, and they will not be able to close assault. Okay, so we just got one unit close assaulting. That's going to be 201. So now, going in there, close assaulting them, they will suppress on a -3 to 28, and they'll be effective at greater than or equal to 29. So there's a good chance they're going to knock them out. So they're coming in with guns blazing and grenades and everything else to attempt to knock them out. So they roll an 84. So they've got an effective hit. And now we need to check to see if the effective hit is going to be a knockout or a brew up. It'll be a brew up if a single dice roll is less than or equal to 4. They roll a 0, so they actually brewed them up. So tossing the hand grenades in and hitting them on the flank, they must have hit something in the side that, you know, knocked them out and got the fire started. But that knocks out the H-35. And this is the danger of tanks attacking without infantry support, because they're vulnerable to infantry units at this point. And then he'll stay in there. And now checking to see if number 9 is going to take a shot at him. They're not. So that ends the close combat. And now we continue with the regular German movement. And now we see the recon unit starting to move up. And they're not going to take a shot. 15 is not going to take a shot because it's, again, low probability. I think there's only like a 10% chance here. They try to spot them. Oh, they're trying to spot, sorry. Trying to spot down here because now they're within range. They can attempt to spot over here, and they do see units. And checking, there's 2 units in there. So we've actually spotted this hex, number 5, down below. And seeing what they are, so there's an H-35 and there's a CA-47. So now looking for the placement rolls. H-35 is a 4, so it's going to be placed just to the south. And there we have it. Sorry, just off camera. And then the CA-47 is going to be placed in the hex. And then the truck I'm just going to be placing outside in the woods, or outside the woods from there. So we've spotted them. They're not going to try to shoot because they've got to go through smoke. And again, low odds. I think there's like a 10% chance to hit them. But they're now spotted. And now that recon unit's going to duck into the woods. With 2 anti-tank guns sitting there and a couple more hexes, he's not staying in the middle of the road like that. Now the other guy can now potentially take a shot at him. Again, another low probability, mainly because he's moving in the woods and low silhouette. So, and Overwatch. He tries to spot number 9. Number 9 is over here. Yes, right over there. Yep. Spots him, checks for number of units. It's going to be 2 units again. And now we roll for the type. Our last S-35 deploys, as well as our let's see, here we go, as well as an H-35. So there's 2 tanks just in that town that are going to be blocking us. And one's an S-35, which is very dangerous for us. So now I'm going to move up some Panzer II Cs because I really need to get this anti-tank gun. We really need to get rid of these anti-tank guns. If we've got S-35s, H-35s holding us up there, we've got to be able to engage them without this threat. So I'm going to move up this Panzer II-C, potentially overrun them if we can't. Knock them out from a distance. And we're also going to get some infantry up here as well. And the smoke really kind of helps us here in terms of being spotted and being, I should say not spotted, but being fired at with Overwatch. They could at this range, but you see it's going through the smoke and it really knocks down the probability of them getting a hit. So at this point it's still better for them not to take a shot and wait for us to get closer, because we're still 700, 800, 900 meters away, which with these guns is a fairly long distance. So we've got some more units moving up here. These are some that were the short halts. Let me just move up here so you can see the other units. Now some of the rear units are moving up as well. There we go. Click through some of these. And of course we get a road movement with anything that's been on the road. Some of these Panzer IVs that have been on the road can utilize road movement, and they can get up the road much faster than over the ground. So there's our mortars moving up a little bit, and command vehicle moving over. He's going to move up into there, try to get out of range. A little spotting here. And just checking ranges on that. Okay. So that ends the Germans' move. There's no French movement at this point. So we go right into our end of turn phase. So pivoting for the anti-tank guns, there's none. So now we're going to do our turret movement. So here we're adjusting some turrets. And just getting units moved around and some turrets changed. So we're facing the right direction so that these guys here, these guys were pointed south so they can go after the anti-tank gun, hopefully. We'll see how it goes. Then we're going to adjust for full cover, which we've done that. So now get rid of some suppressions. So rifle 202, not 207. They're going to roll up here to try to get rid of their suppression. And they recover. Yeah, they rolled a 6 with a plus 20, makes 26, so they recovered. And our other one over here, the CA-47, that should be adjusted here. I think we adjusted it later. But now we're adjusting for smoke. And do a couple little range checks here. Range is so important in this, or spotting is so important that I'm always checking ranges in here just to see that we can still see each other. And there we go. So there we have it. That brings us to the end of turn 7. So the our German 2 companies have moved up, discovered a few more units, which makes it disconcerting. But we did take out an H-35 up here with close assault by our grenadiers using their grenades and other tactics. They were able to knock out the H-35 over here. But we do have some worrisome CA-47s discovered over here, as well as S-35s over here that we're going to have to take on in our next turn. So with that, let me just zoom you back out so you can see the big picture of where we are with everything. We've moved up the road a little bit more. At the end of turn 7, we're closer. Hopefully by turn 8 or 9, we can get into the town, because we're going to have some fighting over here, potentially, with these units, if they get discovered and there's units in there. But I'm hopeful my discovery rolls are going to get better here, because, you know, we're finding all these units, and we don't have very many units left. All of our S-35s are out, and we'll get a few of our H-35s. We've had 1, 2, 3, 4 H-35s, so we're about halfway done with them. We've had 1, 2, 3 CA-47s, so we're about halfway done with them as well. So we still got a bit more, but so far so good. We've only lost 2 tanks, the Recon Panzer II and the Panzer IV that was back here. We did lose our forward observer as well, and we've got a couple of hull damages which don't count against for victory points. And we have knocked out an S-35 and 2 H-35s so far. Hopefully we can get out these anti-tank guns and these guys over here, and that'll bring us closer in terms of victory points as time goes on here. So anyways, I hope you're enjoying this. At the end of turn 7, this is the delaying action at Ernage, and look forward to getting on to turn 8. Thanks, and have a good night.